Yeah, we're Coldbones. I'm Nick.
I'm Max.
And I'm Jordan.
And you're listening to Rhino Radio.
Woo.
So I got Coldbones. How you guys doing?
That's us.
Yeah,
really
cool.
cool. Thanks, man.
Okay. So I'm surprised to see you talk. You guys can talk.
Yeah, we can
It's a
tell
lovely
that.
surprise.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we start, I want to play some sort of a fact or false. Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
So I'm guessing you're gonna know the answers, but where it all began, just dropped over the weekend, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
So
last week.
fact.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's about butterflies.
Ooh, now this is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Don't take it too literally. It's just more of a metaphor,
yeah.
for life, really.
Yep.
Okay.
We just thought it'd be a little bit nicer to portray life through a pretty butterfly. And
Yeah.
by the end, it turns into something like withering moth, I suppose.
Okay.
That's what we interpret it as.
Yeah, it's not.
But it's nice that people got the artwork to interpret it in their own way, and if you interpret it as the life of an insect, then so be it.
Okay. Because there's a rumor online that the theme of the butterfly is about your nightlife.
Oh, night.
Oh, God.
You guys being butterflies.
I think that's
Oh,
false,
man.
isn't it?
That's
And
certainly false.
nightlife is sitting in with a cup of tea watching
Yeah,
Lord of the
man.
Rings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bed by 11:30.
But a bit late, mate. That's a night out for
So
us.
more
Yeah.
than old moth.
Old moth, yeah.
Withered,
moth,
withered old moth.
Yeah,
Okay.
cotton
So-
balls everywhere.
I think the the press release that I got explaining the album mentioned butterflies, and
Yeah.
the artwork is about butterflies. So I don't know if you want us to understand it's going to be butterflies, but people took it to the butterfly area.
Yeah, some people have read into it more than others, like what we said about life and sort of these sort of trials and tribulations. Obviously, other people have sort of taken it rather literally as the butterfly being.
It's absolutely
the
fine. Like, I mean,
Yes, all up to
originally it was written
interpretation.
like a metaphor, but some people, like we said, have taken it really literally, and that's absolutely fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how do you guys do the research for an album like that?
It's a bit of a weird one for us because we didn't set out to make like a concept album, but we kind of saw an artist we really liked who done some artwork for previous bands we know, and we kind of had this idea and we put it towards her, and her interpretation of it was actually the painting that you see as the album artwork. So we thought, okay, that's really cool. Let's try and build on that, and that turned
Yeah.
into more of a concept album.
Started
I
with
suppose.
the art, didn't it? And then
Didn't start with the music at all. It started with the art, which is a nice thing to go by.
Yeah.
I think.
So you guys actually into insects?
Really?
I don't mind insects. I mean,
They're alright.
I was never a kid that ate worms. But,
I did have giant African snails, I think, at one point. They grow really, really big.
Okay, so is it good?
Quite a boring pet, isn't it?
Yeah, poor. I sold them in
Take
the
it
end.
for a walk.
So even
10
the
hours
hissing
later.
ones,
Huh?
the hissing cockroaches, that you just touch them and they go psst, something.
Oh,
No, no,
Just they
no.
communicate in some way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really into insects, really.
No, not me at all. I mean, you got tortoises. haven't you?
Yeah, tortoises. Obviously, they're not an insect, but yeah, tortoises
Yeah.
are cool.
Okay. And how do you guys decide to communicate with your fans when you guys are not saying anything on the album? So why do you guys decide to go instrumental completely?
I think we just like the whole interpretation vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It's all obviously you can take as much as you can from like a song title, but apart from that, it doesn't matter how major or minor it is.
Yeah.
In the music, people take it however they like.
Yeah,
don't
I
they?
think like we've always just kind of just written music, and then naturally this album fell into that concept, and yeah, it's kind of nice when people say back to us, they're like, oh, it's crazy how much emotion you can express in a song, and it's like, to us, we just wrote it as music, and then it's kind of come across like that, which is wicked. It was never the original plan to make it, oh, this is about this emotion or whatever, but naturally it's formed into that, and we're really, really happy about that.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, we don't have one influence. We don't take post-rock bands as our influence. We have several influences from several genres, and we like to think if you're not really... If you don't really understand the concept of it, or you can't grasp it, then actually you can relate to certain sounds, certain guitar parts, certain drum parts, and you think, oh, okay, that reminds me of this band or that artist, and suddenly they think, oh, I might quite like that.
Okay, but thematically, do you feel like that's enough, just music? Because the video for Lost added a lot of content, especially I think there's some subtitles that kind of anchor it even more.
Yeah.
So are you guys going to keep on with the non-lyrics releases?
Yeah, I mean,
I think audibly, yeah. I mean, on the vinyl, if you buy vinyl, you get a track which features Wes Thompson from Napoleon on there, and the only place you can get that track is actually on the vinyl. It's not online.
So it's not a digital pressing,
yeah.
it's literally just an analog.
We might
thing.
consider doing things like that in the future, but at the same time, it's kind of nice for us to think, what can we do a little bit more like artistically to put lyrics or words in there. So we might put words in a music video. We might put.
But that's just to kind of express the song a bit more. It wouldn't be we're adding vocals because we want to add vocals. It'd be a meaning for it. It wouldn't just be.
Has to serve the song.
Exactly.
It always serves the song.
Yeah,
I mean, adding lyrics and you guys singing.
Not us singing.
We can't sing.
No,
that's probably one of the reasons we're into it about
Blanket, who we're on tour with at the moment, they've got a really cool device that adds harmonies and stuff like that, and maybe that would help us out if we were going to do it. But I don't think.
But vocoders was definitely something, because God is National was like a huge influence for us, and they've used vocoders, and I think one day we'd like to incorporate a vocoder or two in a song. But like we said, it has to serve the song. We're not just going to write a song around a vocoder.
The vocals would be added almost like as
texture.
An extra, as a texture or an extra instrument, not as a vocal that fronts the music. So
So we're gonna go back to the theme that at least went out of the butterflies.
Yep.
I went and read about butterflies, and after the butterfly starts flying, okay, the main purpose of the butterfly's life is reproduction. Okay, so I was kind of disappointed that the album doesn't have a track that goes kind of along the lines of wow chicka bow bow. So is it going to be a sequel that adds that kind of
we got a few
teenage
demos,
butterfly life?
Yeah, in Where It All Began, there's a nice bit of wow guitar part, like a wow, wow,
Well, Lost,
wow,
innit?
wow.
If you speed Lost up a bit, instead of wow, wow, it's wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it becomes a bit more kind of teenager.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the last one is when you guys are on stage. I know there's some sort of a lead singer kind of syndrome that there's a main person leading the stage persona. How does it work when the three of you are not saying anything throughout the songs?
Do you mean like in the middle, when we're performing actually in the middle of the song?
on stage.
To be honest,
I'd say it's quite equal.
Yeah,
isn't it?
man. I feel like at the end of the day, like we all have our own way of like moving around. We don't really think like, oh, he's going crazy, I'm gonna have to match him. It's kind of just like
it equals out quite a lot.
Yeah, it's however you feel. Like, one night when it's really certain songs are grabbing you, you're going to go super hard on that song, and then
I think I think out of us three, I'm more competent on the mic. Doesn't mean to say I'm any good at it, but I'm definitely the one.
There are mics on stage.
We have one mic that
speaking between
sometimes
songs,
we just like have a chat and just say thanks for coming kind of thing. I'm definitely the one that is always shouting at you guys, say this, say that, and towards the end it's just like, I'll just do it.
A couple of times on this tour I've had the mic, and I literally come to it, and I think the other night I said thank you about 20 times, just like thank you.
I mean,
thank you.
I do love talking, and I could talk for days on the microphone and stage, but I'll end up saying something.
You talk shit, don't you?
I just talk shit. I'm just a bit, sort of hype man, just talk shit. But he's the best because he just sits there with his kit all set while we got to actually do some work. Start tuning our guitars and stuff.
So, do you guys feel like there's a different presence on stage when there's a singer and there's no singer?
I think so.
Yeah. You can see it as positive or negative. I like the fact that we haven't got a singer because sometimes singers can come, not saying all of them, sometimes they come across quite awkward waiting for the guitarist to tune. But if we're all in it together while you're tuning our talk, and sometimes if you've got a mic there, you would talk while I'm sorting out the electronic part.
But I even find that always with, most of the time with singers, that's like the focus, and then you see the other kind of members. But I think with us, it's very, you can watch one member and then you'd move to another, and then kind of, vice versa or whatever. There's no one specifically that you would be like, I'm going to be watching them, and then I might, Well, I hope it's like that anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Coldbones, where it all began, just released less than a week ago.
Yeah, April 6th.
What's in the future?
Oh, mate.
A few bits and bobs, I suppose. We got because we wrote and record.
We've got some demos.
We recorded it about just kind of 18 months ago. So it's been sitting there for quite a while, so we can't help ourselves but write demos and things like that. So hopefully in the future we'll start actually sitting down and looking to write that next record, be it an EP or an album. We're not too sure yet.
We've also got Arctangent this summer, which was bowled over that we got on that. So that's in August. That's like the download festival.
That's like the dream for us.
Arctangent. We got, I guess by the time this comes out, we would have announced that we were sort of doing a little run with our mates and Kid Brother in June. So that's another little tour.
Just waiting to hear from a few things, aren't we? Yeah. Which will be hopefully announced soon.
You'll see us around a lot more, and hopefully in other countries as well.
Yeah.
Across the seas, man.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to fans, listeners, and viewers out there?
Thank you for the support so far.
Thank you for the support. Please do check us out on Spotify. You can find us on there in a number of playlists now, which is great, and Apple Music. And if you like what you hear, we've got some merch online via the Cricket Noise online store.
Yeah. Vinyls and all that stuff. Pick one up if you can. Be amazing.
Guys, thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Okay, thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.